It's Asana Lab time. Let's look at triangle pose and a few different variations that you can try. I mostly teach yoga to older adults and people with mobility challenges. So I always like to have a yoga block, a chair, and some sort of stable surface behind them, whether that's a couch or a wall. Let's first talk about the biggest misalignment that we see in triangle pose. So I will demonstrate. Normally, people don't use any props, and when they come into a triangle pose, they kind of round their spine and side bend, and it looks really uncomfortable, and it's honestly hard for me to breathe. Let's fix this. You'll need to have a block. You want the legs to be as wide apart as is comfortable. Take the block into the hand, and then you're gonna reach the block towards the wall as far as you can. And think about sending the hips back. Then place the block on the floor and bringing the tailbone towards the back heel. This is going to help someone really open up the front of the hip in this muscle called the tensor fascia lata that gives people grief sometimes. So that is one huge benefit of this pose is you get to stretch that muscle of the hip. Take the arm up overhead, and I like to give people the option. You can look up to the middle or down towards the floor, whatever feels best for you and your body. Commonly, people side bend through the spine. So what I like to do to help fix this is to cue them to bring the hand onto the ribs, or I'll bring my hand onto their ribs and cue them to reach the rib cage down towards the floor. This is going to help that person establish a more neutral shape of the spine. Getting out of this pose is just as important as getting into the pose. So I typically have people bend the knee and then rise up, as that gives them a little bit more stability. Let's look at this pose with a chair. So same sort of setup as we just explored, but then I like to cue people to bring their fingertips onto the chair to start and reach the left arm up. This is also a really solid version for people with hypermobility like myself, because it makes you stabilize yourself even more. Have them hover the right hand off the seat of the chair. This will really light up the left side of the body. To come out of this pose, I like to encourage people again to bend that front knee and rise up. Set the hands on the hips, point the toes forward, bend the knees, and then step the feet together. That way there's a little more fluidity when people are coming out of it and they feel more stable. My name's Caroline. I'm a physical therapist assistant and a yoga teacher with 10 years of experience. So follow along for more Asana Labs.